for some football now from Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. Instead, a good one in store this afternoon. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jericho and Greg Olsen with you. The second-year man, Cam Little, has the honors. Off we go from the Sunshine State. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. So here come the Eagles, and they are led by the reigning Super Bowl MVP. What a season for Jalen Hurts. Took the Eagles to the mountaintop. Now his 6th season in the NFL.
And we all know how talented this guy is, Mike, right? From the physical sense, that's obvious. But what really separates him, and it really came through when we had a chance to talk to him this week, is really his ability to operate from the neck up. His processing speed, his decision-making. It seems like he's always one step ahead of the defense. And when he's on, he's proven to be really hard to beat.
That's caught left side by Donald.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. You can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 5. Dotson, the man in motion. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
He'll get this one complete to Brown. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. Hurts and Brown connect, and it's a first down for Philly.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
On the ground, this is Barkley. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, there to stop.
47-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
On 1st and 10, it's Barkley. It'll get forward to about the 42. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, there to stop.
42-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for an Eagles first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from him.
And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and
8. Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 8-yard line.
Here comes second and 4. They run out of the gun and tag on a reverse. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
This is the job of any linebacker, Mike, having the ability to go downhill fast, hit an open gap, and make a play in the backfield. But I think we can actually consider this going above and beyond because he was able to make that stop so far behind the line of scrimmage.
A lengthy opening drive. Now comes to this. It is third down. That's Goddard in motion. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. And the Eagles going to be set up with first and goal. Pass play moves them down to the 1.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he's going to come up short.
This defense is able to get the hold here on first down, Mike, but they might have to do it 3 more times. I think if I'm this offense, I'm saying this is 4-down territory. I've got 3 more shots to gain 1 yard. Here you go.
Saquon is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown.
Philadelphia.
A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. He's got it, and the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead.
Eagles 7, Jaguars nothing.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So here come the Jaguars, and Greg, it brings out Trevor Lawrence. Many ups and downs in his first 4 seasons. Now year 5 for the former #1 overall pick out of Clemson.
You think back just a few years ago, Mike, Trevor Lawrence coming out of Clemson, he was regarded as one of the top quarterback prospects of the last decade, and at times he's fit the billing, but it's been the inconsistency, protect the ball, turnovers. If he can clean up a lot of those miscues, he could be one of the top quarterbacks in this league.
after the catch. He gets that forward for a gain of 9.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
On the ground, here's the Clemson punter, Travis Etienne. And he's going to get first down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Texas. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
I'll run up the middle with Barkley.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Catch made there, that's Smith. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. It's a pickup of 12. First down, Philadelphia.
That's good.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Boye Lucas with the play.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Left side, it's caught by Brown. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. We'll have more from Jacksonville after this. Eagles in possession to start the 2nd quarter. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Once again, it's Barkley. And he'll take this one in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. his second touchdown of this first half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Elliott on now for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Eagles move out on top, 14-0.
Jaguars defense.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Jags offense ready for their second possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Second and inches. Here comes the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And that'll set up 4th down.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chain. We want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable. Incomplete on that third down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
And how about that play on special teams? Perfectly done. It checks up right at the 1-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he'll move it out of harm's way. A gain of 3 up to the 4-yard line.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 4-yard line.
They face 2nd down and 7. They'll run it here with Saquon. He'll get this ahead, gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. Play is stopped. We have an injury to one of the Jaguars. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Here's 3rd and 2. Hurts. He's got this one complete to Goddard. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
On the handoff, this is Barkley. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
On the tackle. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Barkley. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. A gain there of 16 yards. Good for an Eagles first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
That'll be caught left side. It's Goddard. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup of 5.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get it to the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Now Hurts going to run this one himself. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
There hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
On 3rd down, here's Hurts. That one caught by Smith. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Big-time play for Philly. 32 yards.
It's a gain of 32. First down, Eagles.
Really? Are you kidding me?
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
It's a gain of 12 there. First down, Philadelphia.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
It's such an
Hook him up on a 2nd down and 8. To throw is Hurts. He pulls it in around the 5. And he will get into the end zone. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
Jake
Elliott
on
now
the point
for the
after.
extra point. The kick is good. And the Eagles will take themselves to a 21-0 lead.
Jaguars nothing.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. He'll start at the 4. Now a hit, and he lost the football. And it's recovered by one of his teammates. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. They'll give it to Etienne to start this drive. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Second down, Lawrence. Throw left side, taken in by Thomas. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for the first with Etienne. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 17 yards on that play. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Catch made right side by Thomas. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line.
18 more yards.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Play is stopped. We have an injury to one of the Jaguars. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff can get a chance to look him over during the break. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. A quick slant into the hands of Thomas. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Throwing is Lawrence. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he will have a Jaguars first down. Won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3. But that mark shows. First down.
On 3rd down, the defense decides to dial up a blitz. Give credit to the offensive line and the running backs. They were ready for it. They picked it up. That's what allowed the quarterback to escape the pocket, see open space, and convert and pick up the first down. You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
Second down, they need 3. To throw is Lawrence. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
And it was really the pressure that threw that play off, Mike. I mean, he tries to counter the blitz by going to the quick game, which is fine, but it just seemed like they weren't necessarily on the same page and results in a drop.
Good drive to this point. Now can you convert on 3rd and 3? Here's Lawrence to throw. The outside, complete to Thomas. So the Eagles will use their first time out here as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1.
Down and 1.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. Now here's Lawrence. He's got a man. That's Myers. And he will get into the end zone. Jacoby Myers. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
You know, like, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
Extra point by Little is good. And the Jaguars get back in it. It is 21-7. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Here comes Will Shipley on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Now Hurts. To the left side and taken in by Smith. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. And this time they'll just keep it on the ground. Whoa. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield. 22 yards, the pickup there. Good for an Eagles first down.
I half expected to see all 11 defenders piled up on top of him at the end of this run to make sure he was finally down, because a couple times on that run, it looked like he was cooked, only to shake off those tackles and keep on cooking.
To the outside, catch made by Brown. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd. And the stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the first half clock.
2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
second down and 3. Dotson, the man in motion. Play action. Here's Hurts. He finds Jahan Dotson. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
It's a gain of 13, and it's first and goal. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This, about as short as you can get. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles can tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
Nice job there securing points with that final play. Of course, they would have loved to have come away from that possession with a touchdown, but I think they're going to be happy with 3 going into the break.
Just 1 second remaining in this first half, and they will kick it away. And no return here. This is a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. He'll let it go deep left sideline. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone, for quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. On the return, it's Parker Washington. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Jaguars offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. First and 10. Play action now. It's Lawrence. He's going to try it here again. That is brought in. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. A big one there to start the second half. The gain is 64.
First down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
And he's going to be dropped. They get to him back at the 15-yard line. Brandon Graham, he gets through to drop him, and it's a loss of 4.
Well, that's certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with a sack. Now you find yourself in 2nd and long. You can catch your breath, and the opportunity to get off the field has just gone up.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Lawrence. That is caught by the tight end. Brendan Strayed. Touchdown, Jaguars. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Extra point by Little is good. And the Jaguars back within 10. It's now 24-14. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Here is Shipley on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. What to do on this drop? 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. Whoa! Oh! Saquon Barkley! And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 75 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run play is to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
Here's Elliott for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Eagles will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
Jaguars 14.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Brian Thomas now in the Jaguars offense getting set for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. And that one's going to be shut down quickly. A minimal gain.
He was brought down by Owen Smith. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 27-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. Now Lawrence. Open right side. That strains the tight end. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
He's going to run it, and he's going to be out of bounds following a gain of about 5 on first down.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He's got it downfield. Myers the connection. They get 20 on the connection. First down, Jacksonville.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
That is going to be pulled in. He's got it. Wrapped in straight. Touchdown, Jacksonville. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Little on now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Jaguars are able to cut the deficit to 10.
Eagles 31. Jaguars 21.
Following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Tank Bigsby. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the top of the conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Man in motion is Smith. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap. Not this one. They stop him for no gain.
Well, the defense gets a rare win. We've seen this ball carrier have his way on the ground pretty much all day today, Mike, and give credit to the defense. They were able to get back in the backfield with some penetration and bring him down for a loss.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. That one down the field,
pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Now a screen set up for Barkley. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 33 yards.
Look at the deep layers that they put into this defense. They're trying to say, hey, you don't get enough depth. We're going to throw this ball over your head. But once a defense takes that deep passing game away, look at the space between the running back when he gets the ball and the front line of defenders trying to chase him. That's what allows for this big pickup after the catch. Great play design.
A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
Here's Barkley. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal. Play is stopped. We have an injury to one of the Jaguars. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Moved back to the 10. They'll try here on 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That is caught, and he's in. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Eagles. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. On is Elliott to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Eagles are able to extend the lead.
Eagles 38, Jaguars 21.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. There's Trevor Lawrence as he and the Jaguars get set for their next drive. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. A first down throw for Lawrence. Now a screen set up for Etienne. Across midfield, shot out of a cannon. And he's going to be dragged down, but not till he's inside the 25. So the Eagles will use their first time out here. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
So you take a look at an offensive coordinator's play sheet, Mike, and there's a column on all of those pages that at the end of the day, it's about the players, not the plays. And when things aren't going well, you say, all right, who do I have to get the ball to? Well, this guy is one of them. I mean, whether they throw it to him, hand it to him, whatever they do, the more he touches the ball, the more good things happen.
Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
Second down, Lawrence. That one knocked away, and it's incomplete. Jair Alexander is there to bat that one away.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
What's the motion?
Lawrence from the gun here on third down. That's complete to ETN. And now where will they mark him? It looks like he's a little bit short, just by about the length of the football. Decision time coming up. It's fourth down. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second, as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. In motion comes Thomas. Lawrence to throw for it on fourth down. And he's going to have that first down. They didn't want to settle for three. And now it's first and goal.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hands, and results in a completion. A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Now from the 7, it's second and goal. Lawrence. They're trying to hit him with a screen. And he's so close to the goal line. Couldn't get that ball extended. They keep him out, and it sets up third and goal.
There's two big key pieces the way you want to evaluate quarterbacks in the NFL, Mike, is the first one, how do they operate on third down? But the second one, how do they throw the ball when it's not a clean pocket? And you saw here, the ability to be on time and accurate through contact. That's what separates the good ones from the rest. And that was a big-time throw right there. Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that third down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this fourth down after failing on third.
That is incomplete. The defense coming up big in the red zone. It's a turnover on down. That's A.J. Brown and the rest of the Eagles offense set to take over once more. They are backed up about as far as you can be, operating from their own 2-yard line. They'll run. It's Barkley. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Here's second and 6. Back up to his own goal line. Hurts. Now he'll run. A big play after being backed up. 79 yards in all.
79 yards. That's good for an Eagles first down. A gain of 79 yards.
Yeah, Yeah, this is one of those cases, Mike, that the defense is so consumed with locking down all the receivers that they lose track of the quarterback. And after realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball, he tucks the ball down and not only picks up the first down, he picks up a huge chunk play.
And he will score on Philadelphia. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this third quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the third quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Elliott on now for the PAT. He's got it. And the Eagles tack on one more to their lead.
How many hands I gotta take to level my aesthetics? Hurry up and get your muscle up. We up the plyometric. Ran up by the lux when that's up the highest metric. The city just made it sweet. You could diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit. Let these cowards tell it. Walk in New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling. Getting bad, but somebody gotta do it. Come on, put up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn the TV off, turn the TV off. Turn the TV off, turn the TV off.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. There's Trevor Lawrence as he and the Jaguars get set for their next drive. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. On the give, it's ETN. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So back and forth they go as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Fourth quarter now, and it'll begin with a run by ETN. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A pickup there of 19 yards. That's good for a Jaguar first down.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
There's a short one. He's got screen. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Lawrence now on second down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Brenton Strange was his intended target. And third down coming up. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He connects with the open man. That's Myers. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's a pickup of 6.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to, what they call, punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth.
Liam Cohen has thrown the challenge flag. He wants a second look at this one.
The previous play is under review.
What they're looking at here is the spot of the football. Always tricky to get this exactly right, but it only takes a few inches to make a big impact. So slow this down, find a landmark on the field, and determine where the spot should be.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So this winds up to be a very smart decision to throw the challenge flag. They remeasure, and this indeed will become a first down. This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. He's got his big tight end. Brandon Strayed. Touchdown, Jacksonville. He has come alive after the break. His 3rd touchdown of the second half. Touchdown here in the 4th quarter, Greg. They have a big mountain to climb, but at least they're technically still alive in this one.
And now, Mike, we're going to see them line up to go for 2. They're going to see if they can get this lead down to 16 points and still give them a chance to fight back here late in the 4th quarter.
So Lawrence lines up the Jaguars as they will go for 2.
The Jaguars will line up for the 2-point
They'll look to throw. That is caught. And they get the 2-point conversion.
Eagles 45, Jaguars 29.
Somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. 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 Ain't no other king in his rap thing than siblings. Nothing but my children. What? They disappearing. I'm in a city with a flag beginning thrown like it was past.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
I'm prophetic. They only talk about it, how I get it. Only good for saving face, seeing the cosmetics. How many hands I gotta take to level my aesthetics? Hurry up and get your muscle up. We got the climate.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Bigsby to return it. Whoa! He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. A run with Barkley. And they're going to mark them down up past the 35. They get 11 and quickly pick up the first down.
Two-possession lead, fourth quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stop it.
Once again, it's Barkley. Inside the 30. And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. He is having a performance to remember. That is 5 touchdowns for him in this one game. So it's a high five for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game. He draws ever near to the NFL record of 6. Elliott now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Eagles will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. Brian Thomas now, the Jaguars offense, getting set for their next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. Oh, the ball's out. And the Eagles recover the football.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 6. On the handoff, it's Etienne. And he's going to have a first down. Tackle made up at the 33-yard line.
And the key to this balanced attack, like the one we're seeing here, Mike, is that everything looks the same. The defense is constantly on their heels as they try to diagnose what play's coming next. That level of unpredictability gives them the edge on any given down.
Man in motion here is Washington. They go play action for Lawrence. Got a man downfield, it's Thomas. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That pass play good for 22. First down, Jacksonville.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
A give to Etienne. A terrific run there. He's finally taken down at the 25-yard line. They get an even 20 on that one. That's good for a Jaguar first down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
The right once more with Etienne. And this time they are ready for him. Throw for a loss. And it's second down.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Now second down throw for Lawrence. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete.
It's clear whatever they were trying to set up was not going to work. He went through his entire progression, had nobody to throw the ball to, and just kind of surrenders the play and throws it away.
They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Now here's Lawrence. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work to keep those hands up there. And now it's fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. And the Eagles are going to take over here at their own 22.
Well, if there's one thing we can say about this quarterback, Mike, is he has certainly been entertaining. I mean, there's been a lot of good, a little bit of bad, and it's kind of come all over the place. But as many nice throws as he's made, he's got to cut down on some of the interceptions.
The Eagles offense ready to take over possession of the football. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. Finding room at the 35. A terrific run. He's got this one down inside the 30-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. A gain of 48. And that carry is going to be the one to do it. He surpasses Adrian Peterson's single-game mark of 296 yards. Peterson did it in 2007. You have just watched one of the best individual performances in the history of the National Football League. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 11 yards for number 11. And a first down inside the 20.
Good, set.
And the big back, A.J. Dillon.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on first and second down. The last thing you want is to be in third and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. It's another go with Dillon. Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop it for no gain yet again. And now it's third down.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A gain of 3.
fourth down, here comes Jake Elliott for the Philadelphia field goal. This from 34 yards. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Washington now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Jaguars offense ready to see what they can do. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll give it to ETN to start this drive. Inside the 40. That'll change things. Out of bounds inside the 35. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 41 yards.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
And he'll be ridden out of bounds after a gain of 6.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing is Lawrence. Throw here down the field will fall incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
Man in motion here is Washington. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. That is caught by Washington. He's going to have that 1st down. Gain of 6 as they convert on 3rd down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
This one complete to Washington. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. To throw is Lawrence. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little, too late. Do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
At this stage of the game, the score is really irrelevant. You want to try to build something positive towards the end of this game, and I think that score will help do just that.
Here's Cam Little for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Jaguars are able to edge a bit closer. Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. There'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35. They motion the slot man left. Hurts using the pop pass. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.